Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back with more of the U.S. Constitution. And we're still going over the Bill of Rights. Today, we will be talking Amendment number 9. And as always, I'll be reading straight out of the American Constitutional Law textbook I have. But let's go ahead and read this. Amendment 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. So yeah, another short amendment. According to Wikipedia, it says here the Ninth Amendment addresses rights retained by the people that are not specifically enumerated in the Constitution. The amendment was introduced during the drafting of the Bill of Rights when some of the American founders became concerned that future generations might argue that because a certain right was not listed in the Bill of Rights, it did not exist. However, the Ninth Amendment has rarely played in any role in U.S. constitutional law, and until about the 1980s was often considered the forgotten or irrelevant by many academics. So yeah, the Ninth Amendment kind of says just because it's not specifically listed doesn't mean we don't automatically have certain laws. A bit of background. When the Constitution was set to be ratified after being signed, the Anti-Federalists argued a Bill of Rights should be added. One of the arguments the Federalists gave against the addition of a Bill of Rights during the debates about the ratification of the Constitution was that a listing of rights could problematically enlarge the powers specified in Article 1, Section 8 of the new Constitution by implication. An example, in Federalist 84, Alexander Hamilton asked, "Why declare that things shall not be done which there is no power to do?" Likewise, James Madison explained to Thomas Jefferson, "I conceive that in a certain degree the rights in question are reserved by the manner in which the federal powers are granted." So, yeah. What else have we got here? Some judicial interpretation. The Ninth Amendment has generally been regarded by the courts as negating any expansion of governmental power on account of the enumeration of rights in the Constitution. But the amendment has not been regarded as further limiting governmental power. The U.S. Supreme Court explained this in U.S. Public Workers versus Mitchell in 1947. If granted power is found, necessarily the objection of invasion of those rights reserved by the 9th and 10th Amendments must fail or must fall. I think it's fall, not fail. The Supreme Court held in Barron versus Baltimore in 1833 that the Bill of Rights was enforceable by the federal courts only against the federal government, not against the states. Thus, the 9th Amendment originally applied only to the federal government, which is a government of enumerated powers. So yeah. I think enumeration just means those that are listed. Enumeration. Not enumeration. Enumeration. The act of mentioning a number of things one by one. So if we go back and look at this amendment once more, the enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. So I think it's trying to say that some rights do not prevent other rights. Your such and such amendment right does not override this person's such and such amendment right, I think is what it's trying to say, at least from what I understand. So yeah. So yeah. That's what I kind of understand it to say. But that'll be it for this video. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something, ask them to cite their sources. I will be putting the Wikipedia link for the 9th Amendment in the description below the video. But as I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.